Mom's First Day is a touching narrative that explores the complex emotions of a daughter as her mother steps into an unexpected role, her substitute teacher. This story beautifully captures the anxieties, humor, and eventual understanding that unfold when family dynamics intersect with the school environment. Through the protagonist's eyes, we witness a journey from initial embarrassment and fear of judgment to a profound realization about her mother's feelings and the unspoken bonds that tie them together. It's a relatable tale about growing up, empathy, and seeing our parents in a new light. Be nice to Mom today, my dad tells me, setting my sack lunch on the counter. It's not even 7:30 a.m. on Monday and already I'm wishing the week were over. How will I possibly survive a week with my mother as my substitute teacher? Make her feel welcome, my dad continues. Remember what school felt like on your first day. The story opens with the protagonist's immediate dread upon learning her mother will be her substitute teacher. Her father's gentle reminder about her own first day at school hints at the underlying anxieties her mother might be feeling, though the daughter is too caught up in her own embarrassment to fully grasp it. Just then my mother enters the kitchen. As she flutters between the coffee pot and the refrigerator, she looks as nervous as the hummingbird that hovers outside the window. To my horror, she is dressed in one of her church outfits, a green silk dress with beige pumps. I am about to tell her she is way too dressy for school, when I remember my father's words. The mother's nervousness is palpable, likened to a hovering hummingbird, a stark contrast to her usual demeanor. The daughter's mortification at her mother's overdressed appearance for school highlights her teenage self-consciousness, momentarily overshadowing her father's earlier wisdom. None of this would be happening if Pepe hadn't been born. For years, Mom had a job teaching science at a private school in town, but she quit toward the end of her pregnancy. She's pretty much been home with Pepe ever since. If I were her, I'd want to get out of the house, too. Don't get me wrong. Pepe is cute and everything, but he cries a lot. And it's a safe but there's something wet on his body at all times. This section reveals the backstory. The mother's career break due to the birth of her younger sibling. Pepe, the protagonist's internal monologue, while still self-centered, offers a glimpse into her understanding of her mother's desire for a change, even if it's framed through the lens of teenage annoyance. All the students have to walk past the teacher's parking lot on their way to class. As Mom parks the car, I'm terrified that people will see us together. But Mom doesn't seem to notice. She turns off the engine and sighs. Back at the circus, she says, smiling, I see my best friend walking by. There's Katie, I say, lunging for the door. Bye, Mom. See you in class. I run off before she has a chance to respond. The protagonist's fear of being seen with her mother at school is palpable, a common teenage insecurity. Her mother's casual, almost resigned, comment back at the circus suggests a familiar, perhaps even fond, acceptance of the chaos of school life, contrasting with her daughter's apprehension. The quick escape to Katie underscores the daughter's desperate attempt to maintain her social facade of normalcy. Lucky for me, Katie and I have science class together. We get there early and sit in the back, slumping low in our seats and doodling while the class fills up around us. As the minutes tick by, my worries increase. What if people laugh at her? What if they laugh at me because she's my mom? Suddenly, everybody gets quiet and I look up to see my mom, in her favorite church outfit, standing in front of the class. For a moment, I think she is going to single me out with a wave, but she just gives me a little knowing smile and starts her lesson. The tension builds as the protagonist and her friend Katie try to hide in class, consumed by fear of ridicule. The dramatic entrance of her mother, still in her church attire, creates a moment of frozen anticipation. However, instead of the feared public acknowledgement, her mother offers a subtle, knowing smile indicating a quiet understanding and professionalism. that begins to shift the daughter's perspective. To my surprise, Mom does a good job, even getting the class to laugh a few times. But still I keep my eyes on the clock, praying for the hands to move faster. Finally, the bell rings. Katie and I jump up. We are almost out the door when I hear her. "Yvette," she says. She's holding my sack lunch. "You forgot your lunch." "Thanks," I mumble. I take it from her without meeting her eyes. "Love you," says Mom, just like she often does. Only this time it's in front of my classmates. Everybody freezes and I feel my cheeks start to burn. I'm so humiliated. All I can do is turn and bury my face in Katie's shoulder. The kids around me start to laugh, and I'm so relieved I laugh, too. But then, almost by accident, I see the sad expression on my mother's face. Her disappointment hits like a tidal wave. I don't know what to call this new feeling, but I know I'll be left thinking about it for a long time. The story concludes with a powerful moment of emotional reckoning. Despite her mother's successful teaching, the protagonist's teenage embarrassment resurfaces when her mother expresses affection publicly. However, seeing her mother's hurt expression triggers a new, complex emotion, a dawning empathy that promises to reshape her understanding of her mother and their relationship. This ending beautifully captures the bittersweet journey of adolescence and the subtle shifts in perception that come with growing up.